This Egyptian queen is utterly vicious. A man was merely admiring her dance moves from an artistic perspective when, the next second, she kicked him straight off the viewing platform, sending him to meet his maker on the spot. The crowd was stunned by the brutality. Glancing at the enemy leader's gruesome death, the queen sneered in disdain before turning and striding back to her throne. When the music resumed, Mia was shoved onto the stage, but as a primitive tribeswoman, she had no idea how to dance. Left with no choice, she clumsily mimicked the queen's movements. The queen's plundering continued, yet this time, her targets were unarmed villagers. Desperate, they offered the last of their tribe's food supplies, but to the queen, such offerings were no better than garbage. She immediately ordered her giant enforcer to attack. However, the giant refused to slaughter innocents and merely loaded the food onto the ship. This defiance enraged the queen. In retaliation, she seized the giant's daughter and used her as leverage. Forced into submission, the giant reluctantly carried out the massacre. The brutality was so extreme that even the cold-blooded Tyrannosaurus found it unbearable, yet the queen reveled in the carnage with a twisted grin. That night, in the frigid dungeon, the giant wept in anguish, tormented by the atrocities he'd committed under duress. Witnessing this, Nick resolved to overthrow the queen. Just then, a guard arrived with food but, terrified of the T-Rex, fumbled and dropped a steak. As the soldier scrambled to retrieve it, Nick seized his head and smashed it against the iron bars, successfully snatching the keys. When Nick unlocked his cell, the T-Rex stirred, but Nick signaled it to wait. He then approached the giant, urging him to join the rebellion, but the broken behemoth remained motionless. Years of submission had crushed his spirit, leaving him too afraid to fight back.